Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another get ready with me, hence is why I'm without any makeup on. I'm gonna do get ready with me using my whole collection today. I want to do another palette bingo because I really have been enjoying them recently, and it's a nice way to get my creativity flowing. So I do want to do another one of those today. But like I said, I'm going to do one with my whole collection. So what I've done is I've added my whole eyeshadow collection into a Tiny Decisions app. There's so many options that you can't even see like the little like slices because it looks all white. That's how many options are in there. So I do have quite a few things to pick from. I think I have around 1,160 eyeshadows in my collection at the moment. Although actually it might be a little bit lower because I have declutterd some things. And also I haven't added in my absolute newest palettes into here yet because I still need to update my spreadsheet at the end of the year. So it's not 100% up to date. So if I do roll something that I have decluttered or, again, you can't get any of my new palettes, that is fine. But if I do go roll something, like I said, that I have decluttered, I will go ahead and re-roll. But before I jump into the video, I'm really happy you're here. I'm currently doing Vlogmas. I haven't really addressed that in many videos, but I am doing Vlogmas for the remainder of December. We are currently halfway through December, so, not quite at the beginning. But I will have a video every single day up in the remaining of December as well. And before I jump into the video, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling things. I have no idea what I'm going to get. So, oh, sorry, I might have pressed that twice. It's a little bit slow because there's so many options in there. So that's the first one. Okay, Bronze Devotion, Pat McGrath, Moonlit Seduction. If you watched my last, or like my top 10 eyeshadows in my palette collection, you know this one is featured in there. I'm going to roll 5 and I'm going to pull them out and then decide if I want to roll more or not, because I'm not going to go and roll out every single one before I have rolled all of the things. So let's see what the second one is. Auric, okay, Cleona Multichrome, okay. That's one of the deep iridescents. So let's see what the next one will be. This really is so slow because there's so many options in here. We have iridescent pink, another Pat McGrath. There's a lot of Pat McGraths. Okay, this is from the Pat McGrath Divine Rose 1. Okay, we have 3 shimmers so far. So it would be nice to get a matte, but let's see what the wheel wants. Soleil. Okay, that is a matte. I think that is the pink matte, is it? I think so, from the Jackie Aina palette with Anastasia. Okay, one more. Halo from Cleona. Okay, that's another shimmer. Okay, so I have 4 shimmers and 1 matte at the moment. I think I'm going to go ahead and roll one more and hope for another matte because I just have that pink matte, which is not the easiest one to incorporate with the other ones from what I remember them looking like. Okay, Angel from Beauty Bay Love Notes. I don't know if that's a matte or a shimmer. Can't remember, but it's going to be a pink tone one as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out those 6 and then I will go ahead and swatch them out for you and decide if I want to roll more or not, or if I'm just going to stop here. So let me be right back. So I'm back and I have swatched out the color story. So we have a small issue, and that is that the shade that I thought was the pink matte from the Jackie Aina palette is actually a shimmer. It's the first shade in the palette, which is like a champagne kind of shimmer. I thought it was the pink one called Supreme, which is why I mixed them up. But anyway, here we have the color story, and we did get a matte at the last one with the Shed Angel, but it's a very, very pale matte. But here we have, I love this color story, to be honest. Like, I really, really love them. And we do have a couple multichromes, I would say. So let's go in order. This is Bronze Devotion from Pat McGrath. We have the shade Auric from Cleona. The shade Iridescent Pink 003 from Pat McGrath. We have the shade Soleil from Anastasia. We have Halo from Cleona. And lastly, Angel from Beauty Bay. So that is my color story. Very, very light, very ethereal. I quite like this color story. The only deeper shade is this one here, which is that Pat McGrath shade. So I'm probably going to do quite a light look today. Let's pin back my hair and I'm going to get started with this eye look. So there we are. I just wanted to get my hair out of the way so I can more easily do my eyes. So I'm going to start by priming my eyes, and I'm just going to use some concealer today. Yeah, because I don't want a white base because it's going to be light enough as it is. So concealer it is. So let me just blend that out. There we have the base. I'm going to start with the only matte, which comes from the Love Notes palette, and that is the shade Angel, which is the one right here. Very, very pale one. Not the most vibrant color story, but I'm going to start by putting this in the crease and see how that blends in. There we have it. I don't know how well you can pick that up on camera. Still very light, but it did give a little bit of pink hue, so that is this shade used. Okay, so I'm looking at the color story and I'm thinking what I want to do. I think I'm going to try to do like sort of a halo eye, where I'm going to use this shade here on my outer corner. I'm going to use this shade here on like the inner half. I'm going to use halo as my inner corner, and then I'm going to use this pink like on the center of my lid, I think. And then I'm going to use this one here as a wing liner. Not sure if that will work, but, or like as a lash line thing. I think that's what I'm going to do. Going to be quite a light look, like I said. So let's just get started. And I'm going to go straight into my glitter primer, because the rest of the shades are shimmers, which again is quite a little bit alarming, especially because I have zero depth on my eyes at the moment. But I'm sure that can make it work. So I'm just going to put this primer, like the glitter primer, all over my lids. So I'm going to start with the shade Auric, which is a Cleona eyeshadow on my outer corners. It's one of the deep iridescents. So I have no idea how this is going to look, but yeah, I'm just going to have to go with the look, I guess. So I'm going to put this on the outer corners, a sort of like a deepening up shade. Not going to be much depth in this look, to be honest, because I didn't really roll much depth. Okay, something like that. Let me go in with the blending brush again. And I'm just going to blend those edges a tiny bit. And something like that. That is the first shimmer. Next up, I'm going to go in with the Jackie Aina palette. I'm going to go in with the shade Soleil, which is the shade here. I thought it was this one originally, which would have been way better because it would have definitely gone with the other pink matte that I rolled. And it would have been able to build a little bit more depth. But I digress, and let's go in with Soleil on like the inner third of my lid. It's going to be quite a simple look, to be honest, because I didn't really roll very many adventurous shades, but that is this shade also done. So next up, what I want to do is I want to take my first Pat McGrath shades, and that is the shade Iridescent Pink 003, which is this one here. It looks white in the pan, but it has like a pink to orange kind of shift to it. And I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to place that on the center of my eyelid. And that will bring back some of that pinkness, and hopefully make it a little bit more exciting than just like a normal placement, because we're kind of creating like a very, very iridescent kind of halo eye with orange on the outsides and pink in the center. And we have something like so. Again, I feel like I'm getting very washed out on camera. I might lower the brightness when I'm done with the look on my ring light, because this eye look is very, very light. But that is the next shade. So we have two shades left, which is the Inner Corner Highlight, and then the other Pat McGrath palette, which is the shade Bronze Devotion, which is this shade here. I love that, and I wanted to put that all over my lid, but since I don't have any deep matte, I feel like that would have been so out of place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up on like a bit of more of a like packer brush kind of thing, and then I'm going to put this almost as like a liner, or kind of like an outer corner, like low, like I don't know how to describe it, like right here. I'm going to place it right here, so not really like, I'm not going to wing it, but I'm going to build up a little bit of depth this way, and I'm probably going to get a little fallout, but I'll clean that up after. Probably should put on some glitter glue before I did this, but done is done. I'll clean up my face before doing my base makeup. that creates like a really high shine kind of out the corner wing almost, which I like. So I'm gonna let me do the other eyes, see if I can match these up. And there we have that shade, creating some depth and some definition on the lash line. And honestly, that is all the shades used apart from the shade Halo from Cleona, which is the iridescent orange down here, which I'm planning to use on my inner corners. And not gonna lie, this might be the weirdest look that I've created in a while. I think it might work because it's so light, but yeah, definitely a bit strange. Never would have done this combination on my own. But I'm gonna go off camera, I'm gonna do my base makeup as normal, and I will come back and finish off the look. So I'm back and I did the rest of my makeup. Yeah, it looks better now with the rest of my makeup done, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use the last shade, which is the last single from Cleona in the shade Halo. So I'm gonna use that on my neck corners, and then I'm gonna wrap up the look. And there we have the look. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the brightness a little bit, just so you can maybe see the look a bit better. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I went very blushed. Maybe a little bit too much blush, but I felt like I needed something because my eyes were so, like so toned down. But let me go ahead and up the brightness again. I'm gonna take down my hair and then I'm gonna zoom you guys out. So there we have the look, and honestly, I mean, it doesn't turn out terrible. I think looking at it now, I definitely want to tone down the blush a tiny bit. Do a little bit too much. That's better. So yeah, this is the look using these eyeshadows right here. Again, not much depth, but I think I did a good job. I don't know if you can see the eyeshadows at the outer corner because I put lashes on, but it's definitely there, and there is like, it's a decent look. But since I'm now, this is, by the way, this is the finished look, but I'm gonna, because I do really like this color story, but this lacking mattes and it's lacking some depth. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw on one simple eyeshadow, and I think that's going to improve the look loads. So let me go ahead and do that. And the matte I'm going to pull in is from my palette. You're going to get a sneak peek of this. It looks like this now. I have repressed a couple shades, but yeah. So the matte that I'm going to pull in is just the like middle matte here. I'm just going to take a little bit of this on a fluffy brush, and I'm going to put this in my crease, like right here. And I think that's going to like improve the look a ton. This is like kind of what I would have done in real life. So obviously I'm kind of cheating, pulling in a different shade, but you did see the final look. I feel like this is basically what's needed to pull the whole look together. It's just a tiny bit of depth out here. Yeah, I love it so much more now. And there we have that. I think that looks so much better. So yeah, that is it with slight altercations, but yeah, looking at the eye look now, I'm gonna lower the brightness so you can see better. But can you see like how much more balanced that looks now when I add that tiny bit of matte in the crease? This is why depth is good, even though this is not really depth, it's still very, very light, but that tiny bit of like crease color in the outer corner really did pull the whole look together. So this is the whole look. Let me sort out my ring light again and I will go ahead and wrap up the video. So there you have this palette bingo, a little bit more of a chaotic one. I initially loved the color story, just looking at all the shades. A lot of the shades in here, I think you can pull up some of the shifts to do this. Some of these shades are my absolute favorite in my collection. I like this one, I included my top 10 in palettes. I love the shade Auric. You know, I had two Peppermint Graph shades, and the shade Halo is really beautiful as well. I love shades from my Love Nose palette, and Soleil is just a really nice, basic kind of golden champagne. So some really nice colors that I added in, but again, it was just lacking depth. Like taking away this top shade, like they all are like the same, like color as my skin tone. There's no depth at all, and this is way too shiny for me to add it into my crease. It's too sparkly, so I just needed to add something else. So again, a little bit of a chaotic palette bingo, but overall I really like the look now when I've added that matte. Like I really like this. This is definitely like very ethereal, very much like my style at the moment. I love these romantic tones. So yeah, I love how this turned out in the end. But let me know what you think of these palette bingos. I've been doing a few recently, and more Get Ready With Me. I feel like doing Get Ready With Me is when I just do like my eye makeup. It feels way more manageable to me than doing my whole face. I might do more of those in the future, but yeah, it's just like, because I don't really have a good setup in front of me. Like right in front of me is like we have 2 sofas in our flat, which is very like weird, but it is what comes with the flat. But yeah, so right in front of me, my foot is currently touching it, is like the kind of short end of the sofa, so like the armrest, and on there is like the only place I can really rest any makeup and stuff when I'm filming. And then next to me, you might be able to hear if I bang it, is my dog's crate, which I also kind of use as a little bit of a balancing. So it's a little bit of areas I can balance things on, but when I do like a whole Get Ready With Me, it's with like my whole full face, there's not really anything where I can put things. And like if I have to put something that I need to like redip the brush into, like blush, even eyeshadows, I just literally have to rest it on my lap, which feels very risky, but it does work out most of the time. But when it comes to Get Ready With Me, it's just easier to do my eyes and then do my face off camera. And most of the times, like most days, I do my makeup almost the same way every single day. Like today, I'm wearing all of my base makeup is pan items apart from my concealer and my powder. But I'm using the same thing every single day anyway. So, you know, maybe not so exciting to see that in any way every single time, because I usually do it the same way anyway. But if you do want to see more like full face Get Ready With Me, let me know. If you want to see this in any other formats, let me know. But otherwise, I hope you're enjoying these videos. But without any more rambling, that's going to be it for today. I really hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys!